Hello, friends. Today we are going to talk about what is normality. It's very difficult to define normality, especially if we are dealing with mental health. Remember, the definition of mental disorder is the disorder of the mind. And within this definition, we are telling that there is order to the mind, that there is some normality from which it deviates to the extent which causes distress to the person or to others. And today we are going to discuss what is normality. This I have taken from Jehoda's criteria, which was on revisealevel.co.uk. He described 6 characteristics of normality. Number 1, positive view of the self. So we should always have positive view of ourselves. What does it mean? It means that one must have feelings of self-worth, that you are worth, that you can help others, you can create something, you can do something that is useful, helpful, and you have that feeling, I am worth it. So that is first characteristics of normality. Number 2, actualization. Actualization means one must be the best they possibly can. So whatever their potential is, what their capabilities is, they should polish them, go to proper schools, learn and polish those skills, and be the best in their own field, no matter what field is that. Even if it is somebody doing cleaning job, they are good at that. If somebody is good at teaching, they are good at that. If somebody is good at writing, they should be, that whatever they want to be, whatever their inner feelings are, they must be the best they possibly can. They should achieve the highest level of what they want to be. Number 3, autonomy. One must show independent behavior, meaning that whatever the behavior they are displaying, that is their own behavior. It is not being influenced by any other person, either in reality or in imagination. Religion, parents, others, society play a much bigger role. Although we are saying that they must show independent behavior, but we still have certain obligations, principles, which are universal, which we must obey, like respect, caring, honest, justice. These principles must be obeyed. However, otherwise they must show the behavior in the situation that is their own and not dictated by anybody else. So if the person is not having autonomy, there will be possibility that they have some kind of mental disorder. Autonomy can be lost in mental illness like schizophrenia, where the person is hearing voices, command hallucinations, and they are following those commands, and they feel that they don't have any responsibility. So that will not be the normality. Number 4. Accurate view of reality. One must not have a distorted view of how society operates. Now, what is reality? It's difficult to define reality. It is the truth and the only truth and nothing else. And you cannot have reality just by one sense, because a person may be hearing voices either outside their head, and when no one is there, that is not reality, that is hallucination. Or they may be interpreting or having perception that is distorted in one way or the other. That is not the reality. The reality has to be tested in minimum 3 sensory organs. Like if I am hearing voice, I don't only hear the voice, I can see the person, I can touch the person, I can feel the person, I know that it is within my limit. If the person is hearing voice that is not real, that means there is no stimulus, and the person hears the voice, that means that is hallucination, or that could be illusion, or they are misinterpreting some reality and interpreting in a different way. That is not the reality. That could be distorted view of the reality. What we need is the accurate view of the reality. And one must have a clear view how the society operates, and we should not have any distorted view. Some of the societies, they tend to say things about reality which may not be real, because they do not fulfill the criteria that they have to be at least available to 3 sensory organs minimum before we can say this is real or not. Number 5. Resistance to stress. When we say resistance to stress, meaning that we should be able to deal with regular situations. If I am in a situation, I must have clear idea what the situation is. Now, in mental health, there is a problem with this. In anxiety disorders, person is having agoraphobia. He is having a fear of going to the crowded place. In reality, there is no such fear that anybody will be looking or watching. Everyone is, enjoying their time, or they can't have time to bother about others. But the person who suffers from agoraphobia simply cannot leave the home, or simply cannot travel alone, or go into the crowded places, or even eat in public places. So what happens is, this person is not able to deal with the regular situation. They are getting stressed to the extent they start getting the physical, psychological, and general symptoms of anxiety, like their heart is racing, they're sweating, their muscles are getting tense, they are feeling uncomfortable. That should not be the situation with the regular situations. So we must be able to deal with the regular situations. Number 6, environmental adaptability. One must change their behavior and control it depending on the situation. So if I am in a situation where I need to understand others, I should obey those principles and understand and listen to them, rather than keep on saying what I have to say. So whatever the environment is, we should be able to adapt. In fact, over the evolution, animal kingdom, plant kingdom, they have evolved. The one reason behind that was environmental adaptability. People were originally said 150,000 years ago, 200,000 years ago. They were only in Africa in harsh circumstances, and they moved around and they adapted. So we all must show the change in behavior, and we should have control over the behavior depending on the situation. So these are the 6 main characteristics of normality. And in explaining this in simple terms, what we are saying is one must have efficient self-perception. That is, we believe in ourselves, we know that we are real people, we are worth it, and we have real perception. We know what the reality is, what the truth is. We have realistic self-esteem. We know what I am capable of, what I can do, and we should accept that. If there is something lacking in me, I should be able to accept that within the realistic situations. The behavior should be always under the voluntary control. What happens in schizophrenia? The person is behaving or doing something, and they are telling that, look, I am doing this or behaving like this only because I am hearing voices. The voices are telling me to do this thing, and it is not in my control. That is called passivity phenomena. So in normality, the voluntary control should always be there of behavior, whatever they do. Even if they are not doing anything, if they are not motivated, if they keep on isolating themselves, that itself is a behavior, and that should be voluntary, not controlled by any other outside force. There should be true perception of the world, and it is difficult because perception, whatever our senses see or hear, that may not be reality, because as I said earlier, one sense organ or one perception can be deceptive, or it can be distorted, or it can be inserted into us by others. But in reality, we have to look for the truth. What is reality? What is the truth? And that is the true perception of the world. The next one is sustaining relationships. We are capable, we are social human beings. We should be able to form relations and maintain those relations and show affection to children, to family, to parents, to society, to teachers. There is a social relationship is important part of the normality. In mental disorder, what happens? The social relationship are not being maintained because of one reason or the other, and that itself can be because of they something underlying mental health problems, or even sometimes personality disorders can affect this and cause problems. So in normality, they should be able to sustain the relationships. Number 6, there should be self-direction, that whatever we do, it is coming from me. I need to do this. I need not to do this. It is always self-directed, and nobody else is telling you, controlling you to do things. That is individuality. And even if you are in a group, you whatever direction you are taking, it is your own direction. Although you may agree with in the group and believe that that is the right thing, but in fact it should be coming from inside you, and it has to be productive. So whatever direction you take, it should be productive, not destructive. You shouldn't be harming yourself or harming others. So these are the 6 characteristics of normality as described by Jehoda. And these I have taken from www.revisealevel.co.uk. Thank you for watching this, and we will continue with our next video. Thank you. If you like the video, please do not forget to click on the like button. Thank you.